If you guys want the cold hard facts about what it is to quit nicotine, well, here it is. In hindsight, I wish people would give out this information more because I know everybody's different, everybody's tolerance is different, everybody's been doing it different, like lengths and all that type of jazz, and then when it all comes down to it, for the most part, at least me and like a few people I've interacted with that have all quit, all have the same sort of like kind of story, I guess you should say. Whereas we all kind of just decided to quit cold turkey. And the reason why I say this is the only real way you could really quit is because about 3 or 4 days into mine, I accidentally hit one of my friends. He had those like disposable dab carts, but it was the ones that looked like they're kind of like jewels. They looked like jewels, if that makes sense. So it was on my 4th day quitting that he goes, "Oh, yo, bro, just hit this," and he didn't realize he had like Nick salts in there. He thought it was like his like dab one. So I ripped the shit out of that thing, and boy was that wrong. It pretty much just restarted like another 4 days of like fucking hell. But after that, I've kind of, it really only takes what people don't understand is, yeah, you're going to have little flashbacks, or you might like crave it when you go see someone smoking or walk down the street and like smell it. Yeah, you might crave it, but the real urge to go and do it kind of goes away after a few days. And this is, I smoked cigarettes for 2 years and I vaped for 3 years. So I was addicted for quite a long time, about a fourth of like my entire life. So that does, I mean, I do have some support and like experience when it comes to nicotine. But I had tried those patches, I had tried like lowering my nicotine intake, and none of that really worked. In fact, when I did lower my nicotine intake with vapes, it just meant I was hitting my vape way more, because like I ended up like my battery dying halfway through the day. I had like a box mod. I went from those little disposable puff bars to like going back to my mod to save money, and then it was just a never-ending cycle of fixing mods, doing this, buying coil. It was just so much unnecessary money I was spending, and I'm so happy I'm off all that shit that like now I can kind of like advise people it's really not fucking worth it. Like I'm so blown away that like today's age, everybody I meet is on vapes, like vaping. And it's like, god damn, dude. I hope I didn't ever influence people in my actual life to like go ahead and start. When it's like weed, I don't really care that much, even though I'm off weed at the moment because I have a new job coming up. But I'd never advise anybody to get into it. It's just a fucking money pit, black hole, where you're just constantly spending money. You're constantly feeling like shit. Yeah, you might go a few months where you don't get those like terrible nicotine headaches or anything, but you're still always going to be spending money, and just, I don't know, there's just so many downsides, and I'm sure I'm probably going to have health issues down the line due to it, but I can only imagine some of these people that are doing Nick salts, and like that's exactly what those puff bars and disposable you see at gas stations are. They're fucking Nick salts, and it's so disgusting that like these influencers and shit are completely marketing to it. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like Nelk's content, but I remember like when I first heard about them, they were advertising jewel skins for their Fullsin brand, and it's like their whole fucking market is like high schoolers. Like, don't you guys see what's wrong with that? And I'm not trying to call them out. I know they weren't the only one doing it, and honestly, back in the day, if I had a platform like that, I probably would have done it too. And I get it's only marketed like allowed for purchase by adults, but let's be honest, guys. Like, the main demographic is kids. Like, there's not that. I mean, granted, I'm an adult, and there are some adults out there that do go ahead and spend the time to watch Nelk or watch some of those influencers. But the main demographic's teenagers. Like, don't be tricking yourself. So, that's just kind of a rant. I've been wanting to talk. Like, there's some stuff in my life that I've done to personally better myself. And I'm not saying anything I ever say is fact. I'm just giving it from my personal life experiences and my opinions. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe this video helps you. Everybody makes mistakes. I can't really judge you for vaping. I did the same thing. I smoked cigarettes. I did all that shit. And another thing what people don't want to tell you is them blunt wraps, them bitches are laced with fucking nicotine, bro. I didn't even know this until recently. Like I had always been a Swisher Sweet smoker, like through high school, my brief college stint, like friends. The OG brown Swisher Sweets were always my favorite. And I know, like, oh, you don't even smoke woods, bro. I'm like, I'm a daily stoner. Like, I don't give a fuck what y'all want to say. That's just how I be. Like, that's what I like to smoke. Those have nicotine in them. Like, I didn't realize until I quit smoking blunts that was what was giving me these little nick urges that I had been having, like, the last couple months. And it's been 3 months since I had nicotine, so...